Alright, so this is another tag climax. This is just me playing with another player, and they start off with really low bets, and I didn't like that. So generally, I just put everything 3-star these days because I have 6 million halos. Not only does it not matter to me if I lose, but 3-star isn't as hard as it seems. Yeah, right now I'm using the Angel Slayer and Chain Chomp, and I'm using a Scythe and the Whip. Completely forget what the name of those are, the Cherubog and Luna or whatever. Simple. I make sure not to spam Y too much during my combos, so that instead of doing the rapid hit, I go quicker to the weave. That's how I get more damage out. Well, more weaves out, which basically means I can hit more targets, assuming they're in a straight line anyway. I lose the first round, which is kind of expected. They have better AoE than me, and it's a lower rating, but this is where they make the mistake. They did have first pick, and they also climax for that. Now they select a single target enemy, and basically you could already assume how this is going to end up. I have a single target weapon, single target enemy. There's almost no way I could lose this one. On top of that, I save up my magic dodge, which they actually climaxed on first card. I feel is a mistake. Most of this is just making sure you dodge offsets to get your final hit out. I'm just going in. Jeane just does so much damage. Yeah. There's some funny things I've noticed on this game, like online. Sometimes like enemies will warp depending on what the other player sees. So like I could be beating up the enemy like miles away and he'll just warp to the other side of the map where my ally is, and that has to do with like the connection, since a lot of people use Wi-Fi. And with this ally, I noticed that they were getting each time a lot, so I'm like, oh okay, this person is probably actually pretty good. Just by betting very low on cards. We're getting a lot of witch time. So now that I won my first card, it's time for me to take them to my world and just pick cards and bet super high, which is what I start doing. I have a lot of magic saved up, so most of the cards that I choose are not going to be a problem. I'll just climax and be super easy. The witch time off of that. I try to lift this guy in the air, because in the air he can counter. I was unable to do so, which kind of frustrated me, so I just climaxed. I don't know if I was unable to do it because my ally was hitting the target, or if like I was just missing. Not quite sure, but it looked like I was definitely hitting the guy. I win that card as well. And once again, I have high hopes for this person because they're just obviously not getting hit, which is great. You know, that's the kind of ally you want. Not someone who is able to activate Witch Time, because that enables you to do your damage, since you have a much harder time to activate Witch Time as Jeane, which is pretty much what I mostly rely on. Like, okay, I get Witch Time sometimes, but going for Witch Time and deliberately playing to get Witch Time as Jeane can kill you, especially when things take half your health in one hit. This card is easy. I'm just going to climax for it because it can get dangerous. save my second climax for the next card, because I also plan to bet really high on it as well. Gather up what halos you can. Another pure platinum. You know, one thing I always wondered, like, I feel like they should have had a menu where you could show what items the other player is using, because I know you could see the items on them, but sometimes it's not quite clear. You don't have time to look at people. So I bet this card, but I make a big mistake here. So while I'm doing this, I didn't realize there was one enemy who apparently was like sitting in the back, and he took most of my health because of it. And I basically die. But I have hope in my teammate. They're actually able to get a witch time and revive me, which is great. I'll just keep going in and trying to be careful because there's a lot of dogs. My ally goes down, so after witch time, revive him. Time again because things are getting difficult, so now I actually have to go for witch time instead of just dodging places. My distance. Counter where I can. Countering at the last possible second also activates switch time, which is pretty awesome. Use that to my advantage. We managed to pull it through, despite a very rough start. It's actually my fault because instead of spinning around during my climax, I should have just been comboing someone to take them out. It's better to fight 4 dogs than try to fight 5 dogs and not kill any of them. So at that point, anything could hit you. I decided to take it easy with the last one because I'm down to half health. I just go for this card at the bottom here, which is actually super easy. Like, it's pretty ridiculously easy. Pretty much know my ally won't fail me, so it's just a matter of me playing well. But one thing I noticed, a lot of people can't seem to find the last few witch hearts. Like, they're in it's in really dumb locations. Like, I think like the only way you would really find this is if you take your time to like search relentlessly, or right there you see the enemy like lag somewhere. And it kind of sucked for me because I was going to hit that person. Well, my ally can't seem to find me. I'm just here dying. I wish there was more you could do while you were dying. That'd be pretty awesome, like struggle or something. I don't know, maybe I should mess around with the controls. Like, it'd be cool if like you could struggle and then it'll slow down the timer of your death, but I don't know, I'm just making up random stuff. I feel like one of the big things about Tag Climax that I don't like is currently I'm sitting at 6 million halos. I already beat Rodon, and I have nowhere to spend my money. So it's just like, okay, I could go to Tag Climax, earn more money, and then have nowhere to spend it. I have all the accessories. So it's just like, what do I do with all this money? They need a serious money.